Good evening, everyone. Here's another Rapid Rambles where we take a look at anything indie, mod, or retro related with some gameplay and or first impressions. So today we're looking at Cleared Hot, an indie game that came out like 2 weeks ago. It's a top-down shooter. The feel of it kind of feels like you're actually controlling one of the units from like a Command and Conquer game.
Now, for your N64, it's Command and Conquer. A global war is set between the biggest terrorist group the world has ever known, the Brother of Nod. And to defend democracy, the Global Defense Initiative is armed and ready. You must decide which side you will be on in this 3D real-time strategy game.
Like the N64 days, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of just, like the tagline says, laying back and just shooting them up. But it does it in a way where it's pick up and play, but also there's a overarching story where you take control of Travis, who used to be a fighter chopper pilot in the military. He was dishonorably charged for going against a direct command, and I think he ended up messing up the mission, but eventually he gets a second chance through one of his friends, where he sells him a helicopter and has him working it off. And then eventually that leads to Travis, running into Canyon Boys.
Slow down, I want to talk to you. Give us 300 pretzels.
But they actually call themselves the Western Republic. Well, I would say a ragtag group of mercenaries that eventually you find out they've been hired by an ex-associate of Travis's. I've gotten like over halfway through the story, and the cool thing about this is not just the one helicopter you start off with. There's a lot of customizations, but I kind of did a thing where, in my case, I kind of saved up my money because I was trying to see how far I can go without upgrading, just for shits and giggles kind of deal. Upgraded from the beginning one, Little Bird, to Chinook. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. ACH-47A. And I have noticed like the mobility is kind of rough, but it's a big ass tank. And so I start off with the base model, the Little Bird A86, and then kind of saved up my money for the most chingon one. You can also customize your weaponry, because in this game you have two weapons, your minigun and then your missiles. So the minigun is infinite ammo, but it does have a cooldown time similar to like the current day Warhawk turret on Halo.
Shotgun. Fuck. May I introduce our new light reconnaissance vehicle? It has 4-inch armor plating, mag buffer suspension, a mounted machine gunner position, and total seating for 3.
But your light missiles, there's a limited amount, but you're given a sufficient amount, like by killing other enemies, destroying bases, or just finding them on the road. You also find cash on the road. But also you have a tertiary weapon, which some could argue it's actually your primary, is your rope, where you basically can pick shit up and retract it and kind of like swing it around. So this is a fun mechanic that's kind of makes this game unique to other top-down shooters, where you're able to pick up like gasoline tanks and swing them at enemies. You can also grab enemies, and there's like side objectives within each mission, like collecting a bunch of scientists, like rescuing them and then taking back to the RV or whatever, in order to get extra ammo and extra points and extra money. In the first couple of missions, in order to get a gist of like how the controls are, you like use your rope in order to wrangle up some chickens. So that was pretty cool too. So you can pretty much pick up anything and use that as a weapon. You're like, for example, if you can also upgrade your light machine gun for the cooldown to go down, but I have not done that yet. Like, I was just saving up for like the helicopter, like I mentioned before. As you progress, the missions like although it is a top-down shooter, there's variety to it. Like, for example, so for the first mission, it's like kind of like a straight and narrow path, like get from objective A to objective B, and like shoot enemies along the way. But for example, like in mission 2 and mission 3, you get more of a open world sort of map, where you have to destroy multiple bases or like oil tanks or fuel tanks reserves from the enemy squads. So but you can actually go to different objectives at a time. You don't have to follow a straight and narrow path. And then like one of the missions is you're inside a canyon and you're like navigating while there's like missile launchers shooting at you that kind of shoot pretty quickly, and some of them missiles even like follow you around.
Here it comes! Radar warning! Smoke in the air, Phoenix break!
There's a lot of variety with this top-down shooter, not just with your helicopter, but also with like the enemies and their movement and their like the AI of it, like the CPU, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's a really good time. I'm more than halfway through, so like this is a little more than just the first impressions. I had a lot of fun, and I don't know, I think it's a good play if you're looking just to like shoot shit up or just have a good time. Some in-depth mechanics and upgrades and enemies, but not too much where like there's like I wouldn't say steep learning curve, but more like admissions for entry sort of deal. It's just like pick up and play. You can just have fun just shooting shit up. And there's also like, I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but I forgot one of the types of missions. There's also like escort missions where you have to get your friends from point A to point B. And some of these missions are kind of challenging where like I failed a few times. Or like the first time I encountered like two missile launchers, like I got pretty beat up. But like I mentioned, my runs were mostly with just the first helicopter without any upgrades, so maybe if I upgraded as I went, I would have had an easier time. But gameplay will vary for everybody, but either way, you're gonna have a good time. I highly recommend this game. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know which indie you want me to check out next, or mod, or anything retro. Well, have a nice night.